Today's video takes us back to a familiar face. Jonathan Schuster, a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen from Washington who once claimed to be an American Samoan, insisting that made him exempt from U.S. law. Of course, that's not how it works, as American nationals are still bound by federal law. I've already covered his arraignment in a previous video, but today we'll be looking at two new hearings that shine even more light on his unusual courtroom antics.
I'm here sui juris in propria persona. I reserve all rights. I, Jonathan Troy Colin Schuster, comma beneficiary and sovereign, and here under fraud, menace, and duress, fiduciary advocate.
So, are you actually going to explain what a fraudulent trust is, or just keep dodging? I get it. Words aren't your strong suit, especially after your last video where you proved that by insisting the judge was somehow practicing bench law.
This is a Social Security SovCit trust action, which you are now a real party and interest to. I'm here sui juris in propria persona. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and I don't understand, so I do need some questions answered. Is there a bond on this matter?
I believe you were PR. Actually, bail was set at $2,000.
There is a bond on this matter, correct?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and so is my Social Security number attached to these charges in any way?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
I don't have any record of your Social Security number. So as far as I know, I don't know your Social Security number.
No, I'm saying, is my Social Security number attached to these charges in any way?
Only in the extent that it's connected to your driving history.
So is that a yes or a no?
In some way, shape, or form, your Social Security number is in the system with records on you. That is true.
Okay, so you just told me there was a bond, which means this is a commercial court.
It's not commercial.
Now you're saying that my Social Security number is attached to these charges. And so, which means this is a SovCit trust action, which you are a real party and interest to. And I just told you I was the beneficiary. You're supposed to be charging the trust. You're not charging the beneficiary. And if you're creating bonds against my trust without my permission, I don't understand. Are you saying you're committing fraud trust?
Come on, you clearly wrote out your script and loaded it onto your phone, which you seem to think is smarter than you. The least you could have done was avoid using made-up words that don't even exist.
Noted.
You cannot enter a plea for somebody that is, practicing.
Relax there. Tough guy. The Crane buffet isn't going anywhere. It'll still be open after court wraps up.
I'm saying that you are subject to the jurisdiction of this court.
This matter cannot move until you've proven jurisdiction, and you failed to do so. And if you cannot prove jurisdiction, then this matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice because this is a commercial matter. I'm a non-U.S. citizen American national by way of American Samoa. I'm beneficiary. I'm here sui juris in propria persona, and we cannot move any further on this matter until this is either dismissed with prejudice or you can prove jurisdiction.
So what would you like to do with your case? I assume, Mr. Parent, that you are not representing?
So the man cannot speak for me.
Okay, he's not speaking for you, but I am asking him a direct question, so I need you to let him answer.
Okay.
Yes, so the court did appoint us on this matter, but it sounds like he does not want my office to represent him, so I'm happy to withdraw.
You can dismiss yourself.
So would you like to represent yourself in the matter, Mr.
Please
Schuster?
do not tell me to shut up. You can dismiss yourself.
So he can't dismiss himself, only I can dismiss him. I'm asking you if you wish to have an attorney or if you wish to represent yourself.
This is a trust or SovCit trust action. And so I'm here sui juris in propria persona. You know what that means. And so we can prove.
Don't know what it means because it's nonsense, but nonetheless.
Prove jurisdiction, or we can dismiss this matter with prejudice.
So I'm not going to do that today. Here are your choices. You can have Mr. Parent represent you. You can choose to obtain private counsel, or you can represent yourself. Let's start there. Which of those three?
Nobody's going to represent me. I can present myself, as I said.
So you wish to go pro se? I don't need you to read the script. I need you to tell me if you wish to go pro se.
I told you I'm here sui juris in propria persona.
Ms. Roberts, are you there?
Yes, Judge.
My inclination is to set this matter over and see if Mr. Schuster wants to give it another shot with his attorney or go pro se. It looks like this is the first pretrial. I suspect he's not prepared to set for trial today.
What is the first one? There's no plead.
Okay, I'm not speaking to you, so you're gonna have to wait. I'm speaking to Ms. Roberts.
I mean,
Judge, I would ask that we set this matter over 1 week.
Okay. Do you want to come back to court in 1 week and try again?
we can finish this matter now.
We
There's no
can't.
need
There-
to
we
move
can't.
this any further because
So here's
it's
the
not
thing.
proven jurisdiction.
Here's the thing. It's not my position today to have to prove jurisdiction to you.
It is. It is your position because
it's
it is
not.
on the courts.
And I'm also not going to argue with you.
There's no
So
arguing.
I'm going to have you come back to court in 1 week.
There's nothing you can prove that you have jurisdiction. This man does not speak for me.
So we're going to come back to court on July 1st.
That date doesn't work
Why doesn't it work for you?
because I'm a man. I have things to do.
That wraps up the first hearing. Luckily for him, there was no dramatic moment of arresting the judge or claiming he was assaulted, but his bid to dismiss the case fell flat. The very next day, he was right back in the same courtroom he insists has no jurisdiction over him.
I've come here multiple times under duress with threats from your end, and I have no more time for this matter. And unless you can prove jurisdiction, there's no need for this matter to move any further.
But you're going to come back on July 1st at 9 a.m. If you don't come back on July
Are you
1st,
threatening me now?
I'm telling you, there's going to be a bench warrant issued if you don't show
You're
up. So
threatening me now.
I'm giving you the choice of showing up
No,
or a
I'm
bench
giving
warrant
you the
issuing.
choice to finish this matter now or be responsible for your actions.
We'll set this for July 1st.
Would you like to be responsible for your actions and set this further? Because you can do that, or you can dismiss this matter with prejudice.
I'm not going to do that today. So July 1st, 9 a.m. back in this courtroom.
Threatening me. Abigail, what's the reason for the threats, Abigail? You violated my rights enough.
We'll just hold Speedy for this
You
week, Ms.
violated my
Roberts.
rights enough. This matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice,
We'll see you back on July 1st,
or else what? You're going to threaten me?
or else the court will issue a bench
So
warrant.
you're threatening me now, Abigail.
I am telling you your
I'm telling you
options.
this matter needs to be dismissed with prejudice because you cannot prove jurisdiction. This is a
Signature here.
substantive trust action.
Signature here,
You're trying
please,
to
sir.
commit fraud.
Sir,
You're
Mr.
trying to
Schuster.
commit fraud. Miss, I'm
So-
speaking with Abigail.
You're done.
No,
you're
you
done.
can't tell me I'm done.
I
This
can.
is no, you don't have power to do that.
Your court case is
You
over.
don't have power to do that.
Sir, your hearing is over. If you don't take your paperwork and leave the courtroom, we'll have you remanded into custody.
You're threatening me now,
I'm
even more
Giving
so
you
than
a
you already
choice.
were. And if anybody tries to touch me, I'll charge them with assault and battery. So I will be gone because this
It's really simple. The moment you drove onto a public road, you entered into a social contract with the city, county, and state. That contract is supported not only by common law but also by statutory law and reinforced by the U.S. Constitution, especially the 10th Amendment. If you don't want to engage with the government, the solution is easy. Just stay home.
Let's address. We can address Jonathan Schuster, 480525748.
For the record, this man.
Why don't you come up to council table, please, so we can create a record?
No, I don't want to give you any personal jurisdiction, so I'll stay right here.
No, you'll come to the council table if you would like to be heard and make a record. So you need to come up and turn on the microphone.
No, I don't need to do that for me to be heard.
We are audio recording, so to be heard, you need to come up to the table and sit with the microphone.
You don't have to, I don't have to come up there for you to hear me. You can hear me perfectly fine.
I can hear you, but we are creating a court record, which is audio recording.
Jurisdiction by doing what you said because you don't have jurisdiction over me. And so, for the record,
Mr. Schuster,
I reserve all rights.
I did put Mr. Parent as standby counsel. Right now, you don't represent yourself. You have standby counsel.
Appoint counsel to me
Well,
without my permission. He has no permission to be my counsel. I am here sui juris, appropriate persona. I, Jonathan Troy Colin Schuster, am here under fraud, menace, and duress. I have made a special appearance to this court for those reasons. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and you have not answered that challenge, Ms. Jennifer. And so I have some questions for you.
Well, right
Are you
now,
able to answer them?
I am not here to be interrogated by you. You are under the jurisdiction of this.
Going on here.
I think you understand and you choose not to take in the information. Okay, well, Mr. Schuster.
I don't understand the nature and cause of what's going on. I don't understand how you can practice law from the bench. I don't understand how you can appoint counsel when I've told you over and over and over again that I am here sui juris appropriate persona. I'm here of my own right, in my proper person. He does not have my permission to represent me in any way.
Well, it doesn't sound like you know how to represent yourself either, which you would
represent myself.
Well, you would. Either you have counsel or you are acting pro se.
Myself. And so, like I have told you, I'm here sui juris appropriate persona. I challenge the jurisdiction of this court. You have not answered that challenge. We cannot move any further until you've answered that challenge. Is this common law jurisdiction, or is this an admiralty maritime jurisdiction?
Either. So,
Right.
Mr. Schuster, this is Carmen McDonald. I'm the prosecutor on this particular case. I think with where we're at right now, as you're being charged with an offense, I can barely hear you, which means the record that you're trying to make is not being picked up and not being recorded. So everything you're saying is not being preserved unless you go to the table up there near the microphone. So that's number one.
For the record,
If you would like,
I will step up so you can hear me better, and I will
none of it's being
louder. I will
preserved.
speak louder so you can hear me, but I reserve all my rights, and I'm speaking much louder than anybody else prior to me has spoken.
Mr.
So
Schuster,
I just want to make sure that the reporter can hear me.
You are making legal arguments. All right? You are making legal arguments. They should be preserved for the record, which means it needs to be picked up and recorded.
I will begin again so that the recorder can hear me.
Not choosing to be silent, you're choosing to make a legal argument. So we need to have that on the record.
For the record, I reserve all rights.
You've made that.
I, Jonathan Troy Colin Schuster, have made a special appearance under fraud, menace, and duress. Fiduciary Jennifer. I've challenged the jurisdiction of this court, which has not been answered. This is a Social Security Sestake trust action, which you are now a real party in interest to. This is a military admiralty jurisdiction under maritime law. However, you must realize that you have no such jurisdiction without also having a valid international contract in dispute. I am not aware of having entered in any international contracts, so I deny that any such contracts exist. Will you please instruct the prosecuting attorney to inform the court if there is such a contract? And if so, place it into evidence and explain how I'm party to it and then compelled to perform under it.
It seems you missed what the judge said earlier. You want a deferred prosecution. That means you already agreed the court has jurisdiction and entered into a contract to follow Washington state law. In other words, your actions make you a complete contradiction.
I may be challenging 1077 in this case.
I understand that the city's bringing up whether or not you're able to proceed in this matter. So whether or not you're able to understand the nature of the proceedings and be able to assist your attorney or to represent yourself, you have to be able to meet that threshold. And the fact that I think it's not that you don't understand, I think it's you choose not to understand and that you have someone giving you information that you are spewing in court. So you're simply off base, but I don't know that it's due to a mental defect
we cannot
that is
move
causing you
forward
to not be able to
to
understand.
challenge my competency because I have challenged the jurisdiction of this court, and you have not
We're
proved
not dealing
jurisdiction.
in social security or contracts
You
or
have to prove
maritime.
jurisdiction before we can move any further.
So that's just not how it works in this court, and I don't think
that's
you
how
have
it
the
works.
legal.
You must prove jurisdiction because I've challenged the jurisdiction. If you cannot prove jurisdiction, then I move to dismiss this matter with prejudice.
That's denied.
And so, Miss Jennifer, can you prove
I'm Judge Grant, so I'm going to
Jennifer,
have you.
can you establish the jurisdiction? Can you prove jurisdiction?
Ms. McDonald, I don't know that this is him not understanding.
I do not understand the nature or cause.
Well, he doesn't have legal training, so that I think is
That
is
does not
clear.
matter.
Well,
If I'm here sui juris and propria persona, I'm of my own right. I'm in my proper person. You've created a bond on this matter. You've attached my social security to this matter. You're trying to charge my trust without my permission, which is illegal. It's fraud, and I'm not going to stand for that. So you must prove jurisdiction before we can move any further. You've already tried to practice law from the bench, which is illegal. You cannot do. You've tried to assign counsel when I've given no power of attorney to anybody, and we cannot move further until you've proven jurisdiction.
I'd argue that you're the one hurting your own ability to work and provide by repeatedly breaking laws you've already acknowledged as valid. If supporting your family was truly a priority, the least you could do is stop acting against the system and, at the very minimum, get a driver's license.
so Ms. McDonald, what I think would be the next steps, I don't know if Mr. Parent, have you been able to provide any assistance to him on a standby basis?
No, Your Honor, he doesn't want any assistance.
Okay.
So I'd ask to withdraw as a
So we could go through the colloquy, we can provide him with the form for rights. I don't know that he's going to choose to participate in that. But that would be the next step and set it for trial. So Ms. McDonald.
I don't have a problem setting it for trial. If he's going to waive counsel altogether, then I think we need to have him sign the waiver of right to counsel.
Absolutely. I'm just saying I don't know that he's going to participate in that process either.
Right. No, I understand
We have
that.
speedy trial at
It is
August
the burden
9th.
of the state to prove jurisdiction. The prosecuting attorney has not done that. And so what we have here is we need to dismiss this matter with prejudice. And I motion to dismiss this matter with prejudice
Denied.
based on the fact that the prosecuting attorney has not proven jurisdiction.
Mr. Schuster, would you like to sit at this table away from council so that we can hear you on the
This isn't
microphone?
counsel.
Well, you could sit at this table if you'd like. There's a pen and a form and a microphone for you if you'd like.
We cannot move until jurisdiction has been proven.
Yeah, this should be a,
You have failed to prove in jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction is something that we prove at trial. It is a factual issue as well.
We cannot move any further until jurisdiction has been proven. And none of you have done that.
Right. So Mr. Schuster, did the court say that was end of August or?
it was August 9th, is speedy trial.
Okay. So
And if you plan on having me back here, you're taking away from my ability to provide and work.